Day with some illustrious sporting illuminati as well, including Mike Tyson.
100.
And Michael Phelps as well. So there you go. Darryl Pilgrim hoping to make it a birthday to remember on this European Tour appearance. He mentioned that win against Andrew Gilding on the Pro Tour not too long ago. He averaged over 100 in that match as well. So bettering the 99.47 that he posted in that celebrated 6-5 defeat by Brendan Dolan in what was his only Players' Championship match of 2022. The average that ensured he finished last year with the highest 3-dart average on the Pro Tour.
Yeah, disgusting behaviour. Really leaning into the Crystal Palace theme, isn't he? The shirt, the stems and flights, the walk-on tune. There's little doubt that this man is a Crystal Palace fan.
Yeah, I was half expecting the Holmes would end to unfurl a giant 90-foot by 90-foot banner.
57.
Just to make him well and truly at home. Have you ever been to Sellers, pardon?
I've never have.
I have. I had my...
Were they talking about Darryl Pilgrim a lot?
They weren't. It was a few years ago, actually, I've got to say. Don't want to admit how long ago it was. But I had my greatest ever pre-match fish and chips at Sellers Park.
Wow.
Extraordinary.
There we go. Rob Malarkey's Tales of Football Munch. There's a feature.
140.
Well, Andrew Gilding will be looking to wrap this first leg up on double top, and that is a feature of Gilding's play. There have been times over the last year and a half where Andrew Gilding has looked sensational, but particularly when it comes to his double top hitting. He's going to get a chance.
Beautiful side-on angle from our camera team, and it illustrates beautifully that 120 checkout Shanghai finale for Andrew Gilding for the opening leg. Some of you out there may be a little surprised to see Gilding in the field this weekend. He wasn't one of our initial qualifiers, but he is here as, well, first reserve, lucky loser, call it what you will. He was beaten 6-1 by Daniel Closer in the final round of qualifying back in the middle of April, but late withdrawals by Jim Williams and Gerwin Price just opened things up for two players. Callan Ridd's the other beneficiary as well, the two highest ranked players who didn't make it through. So they are here this weekend. So Gilding, you know, he's here as a lucky loser. He's qualified for these Euro Tour events. He's featured as a seed as well this year. So
60.
A mixed bag for the UK Open champion in terms of his route to his 8 European Tour events that he's played in now this year.
Yeah, good indication that as well. The fact that he was a seed for these European Tour events, and that's purely done on the Pro Tour events, these and the Players' Championship things. He'd worked his way up into the seedings, which is very hard to do. So it's not like that UK Open win was just one magic weekend where it all came together. Yeah. He'd been playing brilliant darts consistently for a long while. It just so happened that he took it to the UK Open and carried on producing some brilliant stuff over the course of that weekend, leading to that famous victory against Michael van Gerwen in the final, of course.
That said, his performances in Europe have been largely disappointing. He did have a run to the last 8 in Munich at the German Darts Grand Prix, but since then he's failed to win back-to-back matches in 5 successive European Tour events, and I think that's something he'll be pretty keen to put right sooner rather than later as well.
Yeah, true. However, it's not as if he's been playing dreadfully. He's had some losing averages, 97, 95, 92. It's just not been quite enough to win.
134 or W 154.
Yeah, and don't forget as well that he did have that run to the final in Belgium last year, semi-final appearance in Zwolle as well. He certainly developed a taste for final day action on the European Tour stage.
64.
But this would be a timely return for him. And this is for a 2-0 lead and an early break of throw. 128 is the target. Ain't going to happen now. Shame as well, because he backed it up with that treble 20.
Darryl, you require 90.
Well, Pilgrim went to the bullseye to leave this 90. So he should at least get a dart at the ball, which he does. Well, none of those darts were anywhere near where he was aiming, and that's what that reaction was about. Even the ones in the 20 segment. Double top for Gilding. Lovely guide. Doesn't use it, and that's a surprise.
Darryl require 46.
Two bites at double 18 for Pilgrim to get back on terms at one apiece.
Cash on the second leg, Darryl.
And he makes the most of the second opportunity.
Throw first. Game on.
Well, I don't know, because I've not seen enough of Darryl Pilgrim playing, whether he wanted double 18. I think 46 left, he's gone for 10 or a 6 maybe. Just
140.
no thumbs up just yet from Goldfinger. Still awaiting our first maximum. But we'll see if Pilgrim makes the decision to go for double 18 on a regular basis over the course of this game.
46.
So one win, one defeat for Gilding in qualifying for this. For Pilgrim, it was a very different route to Trier, the associate members qualifier, open to players without a tour card as long as they took part of Q School earlier this year. Pilgrim had 5 rounds to get through. And his toughest assignment in terms of the score was a 5-4 win against Stefan Schroeder of the Netherlands in his third match. He had a 5-0 win against Claudio Dono of Italy in his opener. Dono averaged 50.08 in that one. And then Pilgrim played him again in qualifying for Hildesheim. And again kicked off with a 5-0 win against the out of sorts Italian. So we will see, Pilgrim again this year.
Saw some great darts in the Italian team at the World Cup recently, though.
We did indeed, yeah.
Be very interesting to see if they can build on that very impressive showing.
I think they could sort of emulate what France are doing, producing a couple of players who we're seeing a lot more of, the likes of Tricol and Jacques Labre as well.
27.
The French themselves producing a great run, only beaten by the Scottish, although comprehensively beaten. Pilgrim needs another treble. Can't get it, and Gilding's going to be allowed all the time in the world to go single 12, double top, and make it 2-1. Oh, well, that's not what he wanted, but it'll do.
Third leg, Andrew Gilding.
Nice versatility from Gilding. Slip up with the first dart, you would have thought, but had the insurance plan in place anyway.
There is no possible universe where Andrew Gilding wanted to be throwing at double 8 there. I refuse to believe it.
99.
But if you're going to miss, go into that treble rather than the one next door.
Absolutely. That's one of the arguments for if you do have 52 left, which is a common score to leave, that maybe 12 for tops is the safer route, because 20 for double 16, if you accidentally hit the treble, you ain't taking it out, because that's too many.
140.
Well, 3.5 legs into this, Pilgrim averaging in the low to mid 80s. Now, that's not really what we expect a bit more from him. I know it's his Euro Tour debut. I know he's up against a reigning major champion. But what we have seen, in limited opportunities on the Pro Tour, he's usually given a really good account of himself.
Yeah.
But this is obviously different. It's on a big stage. It's in front of a crowd. It's on the telly.
Yeah, he averaged over a ton at the UK Open earlier this year as well, but that was, I assume, on one of the behind the big stage boards at the back of the arena.
Yeah, there will have been some punters there, probably on the outside boards 3 to 8.
He was one of the local amateur qualifiers for that. I think he came through, well, it would have been London Victoria, I assume, given his Croydon background.
96.
You find a lot of players are travelling all over the world, in fact, to play in those Riley's qualifiers at the UK Open. But yeah, that would be my guess as well, to be honest. And I haven't looked it up, Rob, so I don't know. But this is a good leg from Darryl Pilgrim.
100. Darryl require 32.
Double 16 for 2 apiece. Doesn't like it.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why he's just moving. And to good effect as well.
Good leg is Andrew to throw first.
14 darter in response to Gilding's 14 darter. It's only that second leg which has got scrappy. Everything else completed in 5 visits to the board.
97.
Dirk van Dijvenbode awaits the winner of this one. He's the number 2 seed this weekend.
Yes, after an explosive and entertaining cameo at the World Cup of Darts with the Dutch team. One where they went out early.
83.
Belgian side, but not before he'd nearly chest bumped his teammate off the stage, threatened to unscrew his head from his body, and produced all sorts of madness. Played well as well.
57.
Pilgrim has spent a lot of time at the back of the stage, just, throwing imaginary darts. It's almost like he's either, I don't know whether it's a habit or whether it's something he's got an issue with in terms of his joints today, feeling a little bit stiff in that right arm.
Might just have a touch of the old Paul limbs. Yes, he may throw X number of darts at the board, but he'll throw 2 or 3 X number of darts while on stage. Just so happens that most of them imaginary. There's another one.
No, 91.
Although that imaginary dart would have hit the floor, wouldn't it, Dan?
That would have been a poor one.
Yeah, don't want to do that.
It's got a nice action. I mean, it's very, very straight. It's a lovely follow-through to it.
140.
Does look a little bit jerky at times, but really does extend that arm right out. Ooh. Needed another. Pilgrim wants to see the first 2 darts find the treble. I assume he'll go on the 20s. Could go 18s. Yeah, he did go 18s and it didn't work out.
Well, 3
87.
trebles of a different colour there.
Andrew Uruguay, 36.
Just a shame about the first dart because it knocks him off his stride and Gilding steps in and picks up the loose change once again. 3-2, on we go.
Everything going with throw.
Absolutely, 5 out of 5 so far, and that was a 16 darter from Gilding, so he's...
140.
Yeah, he's maintaining that level, isn't he? 45 darts thrown to win the 3 legs that he's picked up.
Yeah, the only darts he's missed at double are a couple at double top, uncharacteristically, from Goldfinger.
80.
Gilding, no concerns for him this weekend about whether he'll qualify for the World Matchplay. He will be there, no doubts about that.
35.
Just inside the top 30 this year on the Players' Championship averages is Gilding with 94 and a bit. Just 1 quarter-final in the first 11 tournaments of this year, but he's picked up of late with a quarter-final and a semi-final, and there's the first 180 of the match to boot as well. So encouraging signs for Gilding, once again.
96. Oh, 137.
Well, there's some pressure on this 130. Double chance shot. Here's the second chance to get that treble 20, which he can't find.
65.
65
and 104.
to leave 65. Gilding with more than a half chance here for a 4-2 lead and the first break of throw.
Darryl requires 65.
Really threatened that treble 20 with a second dart. 65 for Pilgrim.
25. And you require 56.
Missed dart for 3 apiece, and Andrew Gilding is going to get a couple at tops for the first break of throw. It's the only thing he's missed so far on the outer ring, but he pins it this time. 14 darter, break of throw, and the UK Open champion just stretches into a 2-leg lead.
Yep, and those 2 visits on double 20 could well prove to be the decisive factor in this match. A missed dart at tops for Pilgrim. Gilding on target with double 20, and there is the break.
14 darters, as good as we've seen so far in this game. Gilding's got a couple of them, Pilgrim's got 1. Ultimately, that most recent 14 data proving to be the difference between them.
84. $140.
Yeah, there we see the problem for Pilgrim today. I think one of the things he'll reflect on is the erratic nature of his scoring. When he's finding troubles, he seems to get into a bit of a rhythm, but there have been far too many visits without a treble.
25.
Speaking of which, Gilding produces one of his own, just a
measly 25, yeah.
Just a welcome Pilgrim back into the leg, potentially.
100.
Very sturdy. Like, you can see why or how he's an effective player, Darryl Pilgrim. And he is a player who's been getting better. He's been playing Challenge Tour for a number of years. But his results over the last couple have started to improve. He's yet to pick up a Challenge Tour title, but he's certainly been in the mix on a number of occasions towards the back end of those secondary circuit events. Been playing an awful lot of darts. This is a new experience for him. And one which he should benefit from, even if at the minute it looks like it's not going to go his way.
Gilding with a slender cushion on throw, plus whatever he picks up here.
130.
Yeah, going to the bullseye, 25 would have left 76, so a couple of singles would have left tops. As it is, he got the ball, so 11 for tops.
34. And you require 51.
Just in the 11. Straight in the tops, and his finishing has been superb again in this game.
Game on.
Couple of darts missed at tops in that second leg, but they're the only misses he's had. He's 5 out of 7 on the doubles.
135.
Yeah, and the vast majority on double 20. It's served him well, and if he can keep relying on him, what has been a good friend to him today this weekend, who knows where he might go. It's going to be a tough assignment, assuming he comes through this one against Van Dijvenbode tomorrow. But yeah, the finishing has been good in the main from Andrew Gilding today. 5 out of 7. Can Pilgrim? Yeah, exasperation from Pilgrim there, as if to say, where's that been? Second 180 of the match, the first for Pilgrim.
His first ever maximum on the European Tour. Not that it looked like he enjoyed it very much.
97.
Well, he feels as though it's maybe too little too late, but he looks like a player who beats himself up a little bit too much. You know, it may just send out the wrong message to some opponents, not necessarily Gilding, but
140.
when you are continually remonstrating with yourself and ticking yourself off, it can sometimes send out the wrong message. Clearly expects more of himself, which is a good thing.
83. Darryl, you require 46.
I assume he was going for the 19s there, and it was an awful dart. For a 12 darter. Great leg from Darryl Pilgrim. He's not done just yet. There's a little taste of what this man is capable of.
Game on.
Yeah, legs 4 and legs 8 have been good indicators for Darryl Pilgrim.
59.
Good examples of what he is capable of. But it has just been that case of being able to knit it all together into something a bit more cohesive and a bit more threatening for Andrew Gilding's liking.
137.
But as you say, Dan, he's not done with just yet. It's a long way back from 5-2 down as he was.
We saw an incredible comeback earlier on from Martin Lukeman. He was 4-1 down and won the next 5 legs to beat Graham Hall. But to do it against a reigning major champion from 5-2 down would be...
debut.
Yeah, on debut, I think would be even more impressive. He's playing good stuff here, Pilgrim, and the average is climbing and climbing. It's up to just over 93 now. It is right next to Andrew Gilding's. And if he gets a breaker throw here, he will be right next to Andrew Gilding in terms of the standings of this game. This might be changing.
Yeah, 268 scored after 6 darts. What can he do with the next 3? Looks promising once again. Looks very promising once again. Pressure being applied by Darryl Pilgrim. He's on course for an 11 darter to get back into this contest.
I enjoyed that 171 a bit more than the 180 earlier. Darryl Pilgrim knows that he's playing well right now, and he knows that this might be getting a little close. Too close, maybe, for Andrew Gilding. Double 16. Back-to-back 12 darters. Yeah, proper stuff from Pilgrim.
10 legs, Darryl to throw first. Game on.
Certainly is game on. Back-to-back 12 darters. 5-2 becomes 5-4, and we're now back on throw once again. And Pilgrim suddenly has a fight back well within his reach and well within his capabilities as well.
Look at that. There's a chasm between him in the scoring. And the last couple of legs have seen Pilgrim,
41.
his overall average for the match has shot up by a good 7 or 8 points. And Gilding has dropped off. He has not even been close to getting a match dart since going 5-2 up.
59.
It's a shame from Pilgrim's point of view.
Now, Andrew Gilding is a man who managed to hold it together in the biggest leg of his life earlier this year. A last leg decider in a major final with Michael van Gerwen. He won it and won the title at the UK Open. Are we going the distance here? Because Pilgrim is rampant and Andrew Gilding is in trouble. Yes, he will have the darts in the last leg decider if we go the distance, but he will have the darts in that last leg decider knowing that Pilgrim is thrown beautifully and he's dropped off a cliff, or maybe there's a little sign of life.
Yeah, opened up with a 41 and a 59 and then very nearly threatened the 180 there, Andrew Gilding, but Pilgrim getting to within touching distance of this 10th leg, the all-important 10th leg as well. And maybe, just maybe, another 14 darter incoming once more.
Darryl, you require 87.
Not enough to even leave a finish. Darryl Pilgrim doesn't need to worry about the bullseye.
Well,
down in increments of 2 is not going to help him.
65.
Well, he's going to get darts for the leg, but it's not the ideal setup. Yes, he had to go that way, single 19, leave a single to double. Going any other way would not have done that.
100.
But this could get awkward, and it's a problem of his own making.
He's looking straight at the double 11, is he? Yes, he is, but he's come inside, so only one more dart at the double, and it's at double 4.
40.
And it's wide off the mark, and Andrew Gilding has
80.
Found himself in a position now where he can snatch this match just when it looked almost a certainty that we were going to go to a decider. Pilgrim may well reflect on missed opportunities in a moment because Gilding's looking at double 10, and Gilding now is looking at a second round match against the number 2 seed Dirk van Dijvenbode. Pilgrim on debut with lots to reflect upon there. Missed opportunities will be ruining that last visit when he had the chance to take it to a decider, but Gilding, the UK Open champion, gets out of jail in that one and comes through to take it by 6 legs to 4, just about getting away with it. Gilding goes through to round 2 action tomorrow.